to What You Do. So in this episode we're going to wrap it up. It's been dragging on for quite a long time now, so we've got a few bits to do. We're going to put some stripes on it. We've got an unexpected thing that we've got to deal with, so we're going to get that sorted out. Final clean, and hopefully we'll get it on for sale next weekend. So we'll start here with the stickers, quite cheap off eBay and actually quite easy to do, just a bit of patience really. I'm just using the line on the door to get sort of a straight line with it. Yeah, not everyone's cup of tea, but adds a bit of interest to the side of the car. Also matches the one on the bonnet as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, it seems the hardest bit is getting the paper off the back, or at least getting it started anyway, but we got there in the end. It's just a case of once you've got it lined up, just removing that backing paper and just smoothing any bits out. We actually use like a thin card to smooth it out, but because it's such a small piece, you could probably use your fingers and you just get the same effect. Yeah, then once it was in, we got a knife and just cut straight down where the door joints are, just peeling it back. We used a heat gun a little bit just to make sure it sticks properly. And then once we were happy with it, we just took the top film off. And yeah, it looks quite decent. Quite liked it. How exciting. We have some wheel trims. If we get into it. Cardboard ones? No, just kidding. Some nice black and silver wheel trims. Should have the logo in the middle. Oh, there we are. We can put a Fiat logo in the middle if we want to, or I may just leave them like that. We'll see what they look like when we get them on. Nice shiny. So here's a a nice boring bit of video of me putting some lovely wheel trims on. So I really hope you enjoy this section. It's yeah. As you'll see in the end pictures, we did put those Fiat logos in the middle. I think it just looks a bit nicer and look a bit more Fiat, let's say. So we got some stickers off eBay just to cover up these badges because they sort of failed on the inside, and like with everything, such a small simple thing turns out to be quite expensive. So we bought some stickers, and I think the black and white really matches with the white paintwork obviously, and the stripes we put on there, so it looks quite decent. So I came out to the car just to put a little piece of plastic in the wheel arch liner because there was one missing. So ordered one of those, went to put it in, started the car, it fired up and then died straight away. So I think I noticed that there wasn't any fuel in it. I know the other day it said it was on low on fuel, so I think it's run out of fuel, but now it won't start. Let's turn you around and have a look. So yeah, nothing, just turning over. I don't know whether I've flooded it or there's something else wrong with it. So I'm going to take the plug out and just have a look at one of the plugs and see. It started perfectly every time, but now it's just not starting. So we'll take the plug out and have a look. And beyond that, I'm probably a little bit stuck at this point. So we'll just take that one plug out just to see, one, if there's any fuel on it and if it's a wet plug, and two, if not, then we'll just check the spark to make sure that it is actually sparking when we turn it over. The comments left on one of the stories, there was quite a few things to try, so this is just the first thing that we're going to look at. Yeah, you can see there, completely bone dry. Definitely no fuel getting through to that. So I'm just going to put the spark plug touching the engine block there, turn the car over just to see if we're actually getting any spark on that plug. Yeah, you can clearly see there that it is sparking, which is good.
So next thing that was suggested is just checking the fuses. So we pulled the fuses. I couldn't really find out which one it was. It said in that area, so we pulled a few out and checked them. Then the other thing was the air strap is an issue, so someone suggested that we run a jump lead from the battery straight to the engine block just to rule that out as well.
So we're just going to take the cover off where the petrol pump is, just to see if the pump's priming. Let's just see if we can turn the key and hear something.
So I think you could probably hear here when we turn the key that it's just like a little thud. So the motor is not priming the petrol. It's just like a little dink every time you turn the key.
So yeah, hopefully you could hear that. The actual pump was just clicking, so there was no like priming sound. So it feels like maybe because I've run the petrol quite low, then it's pulled up some crap and blocked the motor in the petrol pump sender, I presume. I'm just guessing. So we're going to order a new one, well, a second-hand one, get that fitted, and just hopefully, fingers crossed, that will fix our issue, but we'll see.
So we ordered a second-hand petrol pump from Fiat 500 Spares in Manchester. It came really quickly. It looks really clean. Like I say, it's a second-hand one, but hopefully it'll prove what the issue is. But yeah, it looks in really good condition. So we attempted to get this ring off the petrol pump and it was a nightmare. It did not want to move at all. I spent an absolute age trying to get this off without trying to damage it. It just would not budge at all. I actually bought a tool to get this off, but that just didn't work either. It was definitely not going to shift, so resorted to a bit of WD-40 and trying to let it soak in. Hopefully that'll ease it off a bit, and luckily enough, eventually it did. Started to move a little bit, and once it moved fractionally, we used the tool then just to undo it. So yeah, really stuck on, but the WD did the job really. When we lifted the actual pump out, it's full of fuel. You might be able to see it in the picture. So we used our siphon tool that we bought when we originally tried to empty the fuel tank, which obviously never worked. If you look back on one of the early videos, so we used that just to take the excess fuel out of there, because I need to sort of tip it to one side to get it out, so I didn't want to spill all that fuel everywhere. It's just a case of replacing it with the new one really, and give it a whirl and see if it works. So yeah, you can clearly hear it priming properly now. So that definitely was the issue. Fingers crossed when we turn it, it'll start working again. So one of the last things we need to tackle is just the state of like the engine bay area, and under the scuttle panel there, it's just full of leaves and grime that's been around for ages. So we'll give it a quick clean, just some washing up liquid really with a bit of water. Just give it a scrub really, and then wipe it down just to tidy it up a little bit really. We'll do the same with everything in that scuttle panel as well. Give it a hoover out, and yeah, makes it look miles better. Just a bit more presentable really.
let's recap on what we did. So we started off with the clean both the inside and out. It was quite a big task, but it really came out well in the end. We got 2 part worn tyres, fixed the door handle, then we replaced the battery to see if it was a runner, put it through its MOT and found the back brakes and bulb was all it was needed. So once we replaced the brakes, it was onto the cam belt, which was pretty scary, but some great YouTube videos really helped there. We used the ozone machine to get rid of the last bit of the smell, replaced the wiring to the hatch, fixed the boot switch and the rear wiper, and then we replaced the door, added some stripes, give it a good polish, cleaned that engine bay, and we just painted a few bits just to tidy it up a little bit. Changed the oil filter and air filter, added a USB port, added some stickers to the badges just to tidy them up, added some wheel trims, and then we replaced that petrol pump, which was an unexpected thing. And I'm really happy with the results. It just shows that a little bit of knowledge and some great YouTube tutorials can really help you do these things. And I would never have dreamed of doing something so involved really. But seeing as it was cheap, I could probably afford to fail really and scrap it afterwards. So yeah, really pleased. And I know if a mechanic did all the work, and it was probably worth scrapping at 200 quid because the labour costs, it would have been just unviable really. So yeah, 600 quid to get it back on the road. It's pretty decent. So in total, it was £865.65. So yeah, not bad from a £200 car. So let's have a look at the results.